He was born into wrestling royalty, yet carved his name with venom, violence, and victory. The man who burned legends, slithered through rivals, and became one of WWE's most dangerous predators. This is the untold story of Randy Orton. But before we dive into the legacy of the Viper, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon, so you never miss a story from the world of wrestling legends. Early childhood and family. Randall Keith Orton was born on April 1st, 1980, in Knoxville, Tennessee. Wrestling wasn't just a passion for Orton, it was in his blood. His father, Cowboy Bob Orton, was a WWE Hall of Famer, famous for his cast-covered arm and villainous antics. His grandfather, Bob Orton Sr., also carved a name in the wrestling business. Even his uncle, Barry O., was part of the sport. Randy was destined to wrestle, but destiny often comes with darkness. As a child, Randy grew up surrounded by the cheers of wrestling, arenas, and the shadow of expectations. But behind the bright lights, he was an ordinary kid who loved baseball, video games, and movies, yet constantly reminded of the legacy he had to live up to. Education and early life choices. In high school, Randy excelled in amateur wrestling and showed natural athletic ability. But he wasn't just a student, he was a rebel. After graduating, Randy briefly joined the United States Marine Corps. But his time in the military ended in controversy. He went AWOL twice, faced a court-martial, and was dishonorably discharged. The setback could have ended his career before it began. But for Randy, it was only the beginning. Entering wrestling. In 2000, Randy Orton stepped into the world his family had ruled for generations. He trained at Ohio Valley Wrestling, WWE's developmental territory, where he perfected his craft. Under the guidance of trainers like Jim Cornette and the Nightmare Danny Davis, Orton sharpened his skills and caught the attention of WWE scouts. In 2002, Orton made his main roster debut. With his boyish good looks, athletic build, and cocky confidence, he quickly became a fan favorite. But behind that charming smile, the Viper was waiting to strike. Career beginnings and rise to fame. Randy's career skyrocketed when he joined Triple H, Ric Flair, and Batista in Evolution, one of WWE's most dominant factions. Under their wing, Orton was molded into the future of the business. By 2004, at just 24 years old, Randy Orton defeated Chris Benoit to become the youngest world heavyweight champion in WWE history. The prophecy was fulfilled. Randy was no longer just Bob Orton's son, he was the legend killer. Major rivalries and feuds. Orton's career is defined by rivalries that shook WWE to its core. His feuds with The Undertaker, John Cena, and Triple H became legendary. He burned down Bray Wyatt's compound. He punted legends like Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, and even Vince McMahon. Orton's venom didn't spare anyone, friend or foe. And then there was his decade-long saga with John Cena, a rivalry that defined an entire era of WWE. They battled in Iron Man matches, last man standing wars, and WrestleMania main events. Fans were divided, Team Cena or Team Orton. But one thing was certain. Both men carried WWE on their backs. Championships and iconic matches. Over 2 decades, Orton's resume became stacked with accolades. 14-time world champion, Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank holder, and countless unforgettable matches. His RKO out of nowhere became the most electrifying finishing move in wrestling history. From his wars with Edge to his WrestleMania showdowns, Orton cemented himself as a future Hall of Famer. Personal struggles and controversies. But Orton's story wasn't without scars. Behind the fame, Randy struggled with anger, immaturity, and personal demons. He faced suspensions for violating WWE's wellness policy and clashed with management over his attitude. Injuries slowed him down. Controversies shadowed him, but the Viper always found a way to strike back. Comebacks and highlights. Each time fans doubted him, Orton reinvented himself. From the Legend Killer to the Viper, to one half of one of WWE's most beloved tag teams, RK Bro with Riddle. Fans who once booed him now cheered. His legacy wasn't just in championships, it was in evolution. Reinvention and survival. Impact and legacy. Randy Orton isn't just a wrestler, he's a generational talent. A man who carried the ruthless aggression era, thrived in the PG era, and still dominates today. From the youngest world champion to a veteran locker room leader, Randy Orton's venom has spread through decades of WWE history. He is a snake, a predator, a legend killer, and now, a legend himself. This was the story of Randy Orton, born into wrestling, destined for greatness, and forged in controversy. But what do you think? Is Randy Orton the greatest of his generation? Or just one of many legends in WWE's long history? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the world of the Viper, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Because just like the RKO, our next story may come out of nowhere.